Hi, Saggy. We're going to do your Pluto in Aquarius energy. And this is going to be a time for the unconventional. So why don't you go ahead and strap in here for a wild ride in innovation and expansion. I think this is going to be a good time for Sagittarians because they're so like mutable and able to change, and they like ideas. And I think that Sag and Aquarius gets along pretty well as far as the friendships go. So I'd like, and plus fire and air, I mean, it's all kind of like a big deal here. Aquarius energy is going to, be fitting to technology and strides in, yours is going to be connecting it to the spirit, strides in human behavior, and maybe even like technology in regards to healing nature. So that could be where you fit into the equation. Maybe you help develop companies that are, green or anti-war, or like moving forward, you know what I mean, in technology, that the technology heals people. One thing to be aware of in this energy is to not get too disassociated or to do things based in fear, okay? So let's see what the shadow energy. So we're going to start with the shadow, then we're going to move into the energy that you can transform, then we're going to move into the light, like what's possible in the next 20 years. Okay, so this might be a little bit of a time waster. 5,000, just kidding, it's so good. If you want a private session for you, I'll be doing 20-year polls for people individually. It could be very interesting, right? We could develop a really good relationship, couldn't we? But I would suggest a longer reading. I'm $100 an hour for that. And if you want a shorter reading, I'm going to try to shoot for 20-minute readings with this. That would be $33.33. But yeah, we're going to go over your Uranus energy, okay? Uranus, why did I say that? Pluto energy, because it's in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. Okay. Anyways, that's for me to know. All right, so this is for Sagittarius, the shadow energy for Sag. Saint Michael, please protect Sagittarius. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Sag's behalf. And remind you, the shadow is boring. It never changes, okay? The shadow, you just feed it, and it exists, and you accept who it is, and you're like, okay, I have this shadow, and it lives in my basement, and I have to like throw it a steak every here and then, because otherwise if I don't make it happy, then it just takes over. So wow. Ooh, wow. Ooh. What could possibly be the shadow of this? Sag, you stumped me. I don't know how to read this. I'm going to clarify. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. Oh, okay. So Scorpio just got in their shadow. They got the Nine of Swords, which is interesting, right? Because I just drew that. And then, excuse me. Can't have that. Okay. And then, I drew your card for you. I drew the Temperance card, which is angelic protection. Archangel Gabriel. It's making things happen. You ready? The shadow energy for you, Sagittarius, is that you will have so much confidence that Jupiter and Archangel Gabriel got you all the time, right? Never, like nothing bad ever happens to me, blah, blah, blah. You might lose track of the actual work that is going to be needed, the actual labor of this. You can't just always manifest and then it happens, magically. There are other people. This is a very opportunistic energy. This is a shadow. Remember, I'm just talking about the shadow. Don't feel guilty, okay? Guilt in the right sense can make you just okay with something. Like, I accept this about myself and then I want to change it. So how do I change it? That's coming. But the underlying energy was the Nine of Swords. So what your shadow is like subconsciously pretending that you don't have any fear. It's a layered shadow. Okay, it's deep. It's deeper than you know, and therefore you need somebody to tell you that you're doing it. Okay, so have somebody that holds you accountable for this. I will, but that is complicated. You will feel like, why are you so worried about everything? You know, like it'll take care of itself. It'll all come out in the wash, and it doesn't. Like, there are people that actually have to do this work. You can't just keep making things, like innovating new things. There are systems in place that already work. That is part of this Pluto energy. And Aquarius energy will want to skip, like they'll just want to throw out the whole baby and start over and be like, we don't need this baby. But instead of just changing the bathwater, right? Instead of just like making the bathwater better, they throw out the baby instead. So those are a few of the energies around the shadow. Very interesting. I'm gonna move on from it, and we're gonna get into the ways you can transmute this shadow during the next 20 years. Ways you can transmute this shadow. It's weird. It's like, don't be too optimistic. It's kind of a, I don't like that message, but okay. Ways, I'm gonna take it. The world. So you can keep it real by traveling and appreciating other cultures. You can keep it real by that's like the thing, is like, keep it real, Sag. You can respect the generations. A lot of this has to do with your fear of getting old. But if you respect the elderly now, you will be respected. Something has to do with Taurus energy here. So there might be some kind of Taurus person or partnership, Taurus placement in your chart, very important to you. The age of Pisces brought down the misinformation of dancing around the golden calf, the age of Taurus. Each age is approximately 1,250 years. 2,250 years. And each age it's debated in circles according to which astrology you're using and what year. Like this age of Aquarius thing, for instance, if you're really into it and you've really studied it, you will know that this is not the age of Aquarius right now on November 19th, 2024. Even 2025. It's not coming for a while. The age of Aquarius is dawning. Okay? It's like when you hit 1980 and you're like, it's the 80s. It's the beginning of it. Like, you're in the 80s around 1982. You know what I mean? Like, the 80s haven't really developed an identity yet, okay? And it's in this mishmash, and that's what we're doing right now. We're in this mishmash. So don't spout off a bunch of knowledge about something that we don't even know anything about yet, okay? Because that's one of the things about the age of Aquarius, is that we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be unpredictable. Uranus and Saturn mixed together is very unpredictable, okay? So I want you to be, the one thing that is steady and steadfast in your transmutation energy, travel and worldliness, understanding cultures, reaching out, connecting people through different cultures, okay? And then respecting generations, respecting the generations that you come from, respecting the elderly, finding it in your heart to take care of your elderly, okay? Okay, that sounds nice. And then for the future, because this is already pretty nice. Even your shadow sounds pretty nice. It sounds like a dream, to be honest. But in the future here, the potential for the way you can change the world as a collective, as an individual, okay, it's out here. I'm just going to cut this very special deck. Wow, 8 of Wands reversed. So Sag, are you gonna be a man of few words here? You know, sagey type energies, sage energies, when you train in the Himalayan, like, yogi type experience, you'll always come across a master or a Baba who doesn't speak. And that's what's possible for you, is to just be an observer full of hope and tradition, and who knows that they don't need to be in your face, that they don't need to be constantly posting about it, or educating people or influencing others. Your presence is extremely powerful, but remember, the healing part of your presence is in person, it's respectful, and it's not assuming, and it's quiet. I know you're a fire sign, but I also know that you have a very humble way. I know a lot of Sagittarians that are very humble, and they're tired of being hated. So when you get quiet, like, and this is also about tuning out, kind of like going camping and getting off the grid, and, you know, like tuning out for a little bit, like disengaging from technology. That might help you, the natural ways, okay, that you might help influence the world to go back to do it yourself, learn how things work, interact with your environment. That's really cool. Very sciencey feeling. Okay,